Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a 2023 Nissan Ariya. Now this is Nissan's, I guess you could say, more high-end electric SUV. Nissan of course has the Leaf, which has been a very popular affordable EV, but now they're trying to get into this more competitive space. The Nissan Ariya behind me has an MSRP of about $60,000, but it does have a lot of nice tech features, which we're going to get into. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the Car Mom. I review cars for moms and families. I'm a mom of 3 and I'm a certified child passenger safety tech. So I know this car is cool, I know this car is electric, but how functional is it for a family? That's what we're going to find out today. Front end. What I like about this car is I think it does look very cohesive with the Nissan lineup. Like from the side profile, I can tell it's a Nissan. To me, the front end grille they could have had a little bit more fun with, right? Like the whole point of an electric vehicle, not the whole point, but one of the things about an electric vehicle is since there's no engine to cool down, they can really do some really nice things with the front end grille, and they've just taken this super basic, simple approach. I do think the daytime running lights look very sleek and sharp, and then the headlights just really encased into the hood is also gorgeous, so I'm loving this. This just feels a little boring to me, with the exception, of course, of this light up Nissan logo is always cool. But let's move along to the side profile. And then from the side, you guys can see that we are dealing with that like SUV sedan-esque thing. It's very long. It almost has like a coupe style type roof, and it's actually a very nice, spacious 5-passenger car, which of course we're going to get into. I think the blacked out wheels with the black fenders look great. A little bit of chrome detailing right here, and then we slope back into this hood line. And then from the back end, this is where they're losing me just a little bit. I feel like it's so slooped. Where I feel like it has such a slope to it, and there just seems to be a lot going on. We have this wiper, we have this intense ledge, the Nissan wording spelled out instead of the Nissan logo, which feels like a little bit of a disconnect, and then the Ariya badging's right here, and then you have the trim level, the Empower Plus. So it just has a lot of words going on. It's just not my favorite back-end design. But let's get into the interior because they have made some interesting design choices. Okay, so here's a shot of me in the driver's seat of this Nissan Ariya, and let's take a look at this door panel. Now, a lot of nice details in the interior. We have a lot of nice soft touch leather right here, some piano black-esque window buttons, and then this very interesting design with some ambient lighting behind it. It just feels very unique. Moving on into the interior, you see we have kind of a squared off steering wheel right here with some pretty like brown contrast stitching. A lot of nice white accents like in this Nissan logo, and then the buttons are also in that kind of piano gloss black. Overall, I think it's actually a pretty nice looking steering wheel. It feels very luxe in the hands. I like the perforated leather here with the kind of the softer leather at the bottom. But let me get you into the other side because I really want to break down this infotainment system with you and show you some of their other things. All right, we've got some tech. I mean, for $60,000, like the least you can do is give me a heads-up display. And in fact, we do have nice heads-up display in this Nissan Ariya. This curved-esque dash and display, I'm into it. I'm into it. Finally, I feel like Nissan has made some nice upgrades to like the interface of the design system. I feel like it's a little slow, like just for how instant some other ones are. I find it a little slow there, and there's definitely some things I don't like for example the heated seats being in here. I mean, this is just crazy. Like I hate that. I don't even know how to turn it on. Same thing with the heated steering wheel. And what's interesting is then they've pulled the rest of the climate control out, and this is gorgeous, right? This is like buttons on wood. This is futuristic. This is really cool. I like that they light up when you touch them. You can kind of like feel, there's like a slight vibration when you hit the button, which I think is also a really nice touch. I just felt like the heated seat buttons also could have been out there. Some other like weird, interesting buttons that the Nissan Ariya has. The hazards are here. And then you have your volume knob, and then you have like your track seeker right here. And it's like, just feels like very random things to pull out. I mean, of course the hazards, but I don't know, that just seems kind of random. Aside from that though, we've got some other cool things, like this center console. Center console has a lot going on, okay? So first of all, you can keep it closed, you can open it up here, and then you're gonna have some of the weirdest cup holders, but they fit my Stanley great, so I'm not gonna complain about it. We have the gear selector also found on the center console, and then some more of those buttons kind of literally engraved into the wood trim. Again, I think it looks really nice. Something unique about the center console is you actually can move it forward or backwards to either, give yourself some more arm room, maybe put it back, give yourself some more arm room, give yourself some more storage or ground space up here. I don't really know exactly why you would need to move it, to be honest with you. And then underneath here we have a wireless charger. which of course is nice to see. But something kind of unique about the Nissan Ariya, you obviously saw that was like the lamest storage ever. You can hit this button right here. You have to hold it. And it pulls down some storage for you, which I thought was kind of a fun touch. Right? Isn't that kind of cool? I mean, I would rather have just a simple center console than a button that's probably gonna break, but you know, that's just me. Another tech feature I was very excited to see in the Ariya is the rear view camera. I need Nissan to put this in all of their vehicles, but I'm excited to see it introduced, and I think that's super exciting. We've got the panoramic sunroof. We've got some nice soft touch leather seats with some suede accents. Overall comfortable. This I'm not understanding at all. This, like, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to be different. They're trying to be unique. They're trying to give me open concept. But as a mom with a diaper bag, what is happening here? My diaper bag's gonna fly over here. Or like, can you imagine like when my husband's driving with me and he's telling me to slam on the brakes or go faster, he's just gonna touch the pedal himself. And I actually have my son with me. Can you say hello?
Hello.
And George, what is your favorite part about this Nissan Ariya?
Camera.
Oh, the rear view camera.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk car seat setup. Now the Nissan Ariya, you know what, she's a little interesting. She's not what you would expect because she has a 5th lower anchor. So we have 2 lower anchors on the outboard seats and then 1 single lower anchor in the middle seat, which isn't my favorite feature in a car because it seems a little silly. Basically all that means is that you could choose to install a car seat in the middle seat with a latch system instead of a seat belt. But since they don't give you a full latch system, you can do 3 car seats with latch, so it's kind of neither here nor there for me, but it's worth mentioning. And then of course we're also going to have 3 tether anchors across the bench. I have a forward-facing Graco Slim Fit LX3 here. I installed it rear-facing just to give you an idea of the clearance. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the car seat clearance. One of the reasons for that is how deep this bench is. I mean, do you see how the car seat has like several inches before it's overhanging? That really allows for some nice clearance and a good car seat install. So let's head to the other side and I'll show you my legroom. Okay, and then here's a shot of me in the second row of the Nissan Ariya, and you know, I'm pleasantly surprised again. Really nice legroom, decent headroom, especially for this like coupe-esque SUV looking thing. And I have heated seats and a USB and a USB-C and my own vents, which I can't tell you how many times I get in cars this size and I don't have vents, I don't have heated seats, I don't got nothing. And I love just the physical button. Okay, let's move along to the trunk. So I have a Mockingbird single stroller, honestly just kind of thrown in here. I could have like probably made it fit a little bit better, but bottom line is it fits, even with this cargo cover on top, which I thought was very impressive. And then we also have some nice deep storage on either end of the trunk with a light as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about the trunk space for this car. Underneath, we have some extra storage as well. Honestly, for the size of the car, that's a 10 out of 10. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this 2023 Nissan Ariya tour. I've been driving this car on and off for a couple of days now, and I will say it is on the touchier side of the electric vehicles. Like as soon as you let off on that gas, you really like get that regenerative braking starting, and it definitely takes some getting used to. But things I'm impressed with, the tech, especially for Nissan. The interior design, although I don't love some of the choices, it does feel luxe. And I'm going to say this, but when I'm in it, I can almost justify the price point. I mean, I get in some of these cars and I just can't see it at all. Although I don't want to pay $60,000 for a 5-passenger Nissan, I can see what they were trying to do, and I do think it definitely has some nice luxe elements. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next video.